Most people think the scariest thing in the world is being watched. They're wrong. The scariest thing in the world is being replicated. My name is Elias, and 3 days ago, I found a floor in my apartment building that doesn't exist on the blueprints. I'm recording this because I can hear someone knocking on my door. But here's the problem. I'm the only one in the room, and the knocking isn't coming from the hallway. It's coming from inside the mirror. I live in the St. Marina Apartments. It's a 12-story brutalist concrete block, old, gray, and smelling of damp carpets. I've lived here for 4 years. I know every creak in the floorboards. Last Tuesday, I was coming home from a double shift. I was exhausted. I stepped into the elevator and pressed 9. The light flickered. The elevator groaned, a sound like teeth grinding together. It didn't stop at 9. It kept going. The digital display didn't show 10, 11, or 12. It went blank. Then a symbol appeared. Not a number. A small white circle. The doors slid open. I expected the roof. Instead, I saw my own hallway. The same stained carpet. The same flickering fluorescent light outside room 904. But there was no sound. No hum of refrigerators. No distant traffic. Just silence. Heavy silence. Like my ears were filled with wax. I stepped out. I thought the elevator had glitched and let me off at my floor. I walked to my door, 912, and pulled out my keys. That's when I noticed the handle had no keyhole, just a flat brass plate. I turned to go back. The elevator doors were already closing, and inside the elevator, there was a man wearing my jacket, holding my bag, looking down at his phone exactly the way I had been 30 seconds ago. He looked up just before the door shut. It wasn't a stranger. It was me. But his eyes weren't white. They were the color of a dead television screen. I started pounding on the doors. I screamed. My voice didn't echo. It just dropped, like the walls were padded with cotton. I walked down the hallway. It felt longer than it should have been. I passed 912 again, then 913, then 914. My building only goes up to 912. The doors started to change. Wood became flesh-colored plastic. Handles became shallow indentations, like something had pressed its fingers into them from the other side. At the end of the hallway, there was a window. I looked out, expecting to see the city below. There was nothing. Not darkness, not a night sky. Just a vast gray static. Moving. Swirling. Like a slow-motion storm made of dust. That's when I heard it. Click, click, click. Dress shoes on carpet, coming from behind me. I didn't turn around. I ran. The footsteps didn't speed up. They stayed perfectly rhythmic. Patient. I reached the elevator again and mashed the button. Nothing happened. Click, click, click. I dove into the only door that was slightly open. Room 999. Inside was a distorted version of my apartment. My sofa was there, but stretched impossibly long. My television was on, playing a loop of my own face while I slept. I hid behind the sofa. The door creaked open. Elias. It was my voice, my exact pitch, my exact tone. You left your keys in the door. I held my breath. I saw its feet walk past the sofa. No shoes. The clicking sound was coming from its toenails. Long, yellow, tapping against the floor like claws. It stopped in front of the television and watched me sleep. I like this part, it said. This is when you dream about the fall. Its head turned without its body moving. Its neck twisted all the way around until it was staring directly at me. It didn't have a nose, just smooth skin where it should have been. You're in the echo room, Elias, it said. Everything here is a copy of a copy, and copies eventually fade. It crawled over the sofa toward me, not like a person, like a spider. Its limbs stretched and snapped with the sound of dry wood breaking. I didn't think. I tackled it. It was colder than ice, soft and wrong. like wet paper mache. I ran. The elevator doors were open. Mrs. Gable, my neighbor, was standing inside. She looked terrified. "Elias, what are you doing on this floor? How did you get here?" "Close the doors," I said. "Please, close them." She hit the lobby button. As the doors shut, I saw it standing at the end of the hallway. It waved. I made it back to my apartment. The police searched the building. There was no floor 0, no room 999. The elevator worked perfectly. They think I had a breakdown. Maybe I did, but I haven't slept in 3 days. Every time I look in a mirror, something is wrong. I blink, and my reflection blinks a moment later. I smile, and the reflection holds the smile too long. And there's tapping. Soft, rhythmic. Tap, tap, tap. It's coming from the bathroom mirror. But that's not what scares me. This morning, I realized I'm not the one blinking late anymore. I'm the one who's delayed. I don't think the thing stayed on that floor. I think it took the elevator down. And I think I'm the one still trapped in the echo. If you're watching this, look at your reflection right now. Did it blink? Are you sure?